Well, my dear students, this is the session 4 under Unit 5. Uh, in this particular session, the topics are going to be discussed are composition of fuels and the CVs. Well, say in the early beginning, I did explain all sorts of the fuels are nothing but the hydrocarbons. Hydrogen and carbons are the main constituents of the fuels. Well, okay, some of the other constituents are also present in the fuels. See, these constituents are paraffins, naphthenes, and other forms are organic compounds. It also containing the nitrogen, oxygen, sulfur, nickel, copper, vanadium, etc., etc. These are all the constituents of the fuel, makes the composition of the fuel. Well, then say how much percentage of these constituents are present in the petrol is shown here. Well, the carbon is normally 83 to 87% is there in the petrol. Hydrogen is 10 to 14%. Nitrogen is zero point 0.1 to 2%. Oxygen is 0.05 to 1.5%. Sulfur 0.05 to 6%. Okay, in the form of hydrocarbon composition in the crude oil. The crude oil is consisting of the hydrocarbon composition as below like this. What is this? Hydrocarbons. Paraffins will be in the 30%, or that 15 to 60% of the total fuel, or total constituents of the fuel. Naphthene is 49%, aromatic is the 15%, and asphaltic is 6%. A reminder, some of the constituents are there. Well, so this is how the petroleum product is made out of the different constituents of the fuels. Okay, next part of this session is calorific value of the fuel. Okay, in general, the calorific value can be defined like this. The amount of the heat produced or generated during the complete combustion of unit mass or unit quantity of the fuel in the presence of air. This is called the calorific value of the fuel. Or if I say the calorific value of the solid, if I say the calorific value of the liquid, then it may be the definition may be constructed like this because the solid fuels, the unit of measure of the solid fuels in kg, the unit of liquid and gaseous fuels are in meter cube. Say that's what, in general, the calorific value of the fuel of the both solid and liquid and gaseous fuels can be constructed like this. It is the amount of the heat produced by burning 1 kg of the fuel completely. It is expressed in terms of 1 kilojoules per kg. Sorry, kilojoules per kg. For the liquid and solid fuels, it is expressed in terms of kilojoules per meter cube for gaseous fuels and specified pressure at temperature. Well, okay. Basically, there are two types of the calorific values of that. Two types of the calorific values of that. What is that? Higher calorific value and lower calorific value, or gross calorific value or net calorific value. Right. Here, the higher calorific value. Consider a unit amount of the fuel is burning. Burning. When the fuel is burning, some combustion products will be produced. Those combustion products will also having their heat inside, but some of the heat will be generated. For instance, The fuels are consisting of the hydrogen. The hydrogen combines with the oxygen available in the air. It forms the water vapor. The water vapor is also having the temperature in it while burning the fuel. Okay, this is the context. If I say it's a gross calorific value, the amount of the heat liberated during the complete combustion of unit mass or volume of the fuel, then the fuel generates or liberates some burnt gases. The heat in the burnt gases, once again, it's cooled. That heat also, if it is taking into account with the liberated heat, then this becomes the higher calorific value of the fuel, or gross calorific value. What is that? Liberated heat plus the cooled heat of the combustion products, both included together, form the gross calorific value of the fuel. Okay, the gross calorific value or the higher calorific value can be calculated by making use of this formula, which is given below. So what is this? See here, the values which are given besides to the elements, those are the calorific values of those constituents. For instance, the calorific value of the carbon is 33,800, and the calorific value of the hydrogen is 1,44,000, and the calorific value of the sulfur is 9,270 degree kilojoules per kg. To find out the higher calorific value theoretically, it is not practically, to find out the higher calorific value theoretically, this formula is used. Well, this formula gives rise the higher calorific value. Here, the constituents are in percentage. See, if it's a 85%, here we are not supposed to enter the 85. We have to enter only the 0.85, like that. Then net calorific value. So net calorific value means what? While calculating the calorific value of that particular fuel, the products of the combustion will not be taking into the account. The products of the combustion or not taking into the heat of the products of the combustion will not be taking into the account. What the value measured with the help of the calorimeters, that gives the lower calorific value of the fuel. Okay, to calculate the lower calorific value, the formula which has been used over here, it is given. Okay, lower calorific value is equal to higher calorific value minus of 9H2 into 2466 kilojoules per kg. So I did tell you why it is subtracted the 9H2, because the hydrogen combines with the oxygen of the air, forms the water vapor. That water vapor carries away heat. If it is deducted from the higher calorific value, eventually the value we are going to get is lower calorific value of this fuel. Okay, so with this, the session is being concluded. Thank you very much.